Welcome to My Life Rewards. We got 2023 outdoor plans going here. Got a map here to look at, and these are all the activities that are being planned for 2023. We'll go through them in some minor detail, and if you have questions, just throw it in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer it. Going down into the Lower Peninsula, I want to do a repeat of the Cedar Creek Trail system, which is over by Muskegon, just north of Muskegon. And if you didn't catch my other video, there is one on my channel here for the Cedar Creek North and South Loop Trails. And I believe it's a true statement that this is the southmost trail system in Michigan that is part of, a state or DNR type trail. And so if you're in Grand Rapids, Muskegon, Kalamazoo, and you don't want to go all the way up into the other parts of northern Michigan, this is a great alternative and highly recommended. Looking to finish the Little Muskegon River in 2022, I paddled from Altona to Morley at the Morley Dam, and then from the Morley Dam to Daggett Road Bridge, and never got back to finishing that up last year. I need to go from Daggett Road Bridge to Croton Pond and the launch that's right near the dam itself. Looking forward to doing that. I may be paddling the Chippewa River. We'll see what happens. The Chippewa River starts in Barrington and it ends in Midland. And whether I start at Barrington or I start on the other side of Lake Isabella remains to be determined. I have to do some scouting. There is also the potential to paddle all the way into where the Chippewa River ends and the Tittabawassee River at Midland, and taking and paddling that into the Saginaw River, and then out to over to Bay City, which the Saginaw River empties into Saginaw Bay. So a little bit more work to do with that. Looking to do some ATV riding in Leota. I do have a video of the Leota northernmost trail, and I have not done a video on the east loop trails that are there, that are between the trailhead and the 27. Looking to paddle the Sable River South Branch from Roscommon to through the Mason Track Pathway. That sounds and looks exciting to me. And there will be 2 days of paddling there. The first day will take us through that Mason Track Pathway, and the second day will empty into the main Sable River, and for a few miles until we leave that river. Have lots of ATV riding to do here in a new trail system that we've never done before, Crapo and Bear Lake Trails, which is between Grayling and Gaylord, just to the east. We want to repeat the Frederic North and South Loop Trails, and we want to repeat the North Kalkaska Trail, the North Loop, and then I want to do the complete South Kalkaska Loop, which I do not have on video, and that will be added to the channel once that's completed. And then mixed in there will be a paddling of the upper Manistee that will be somewhere between 10 and 15 miles, just to kind of fill in some time. Later, we will be doing the Sturgeon River in the Lower Peninsula, which empties into Burt Lake, and based on what I'm seeing, it's claimed to be the fastest river in the Lower Peninsula of Michigan. And also the Ocqueoc River. It goes to the Ocqueoc Falls. And we plan on going from one of the lakes just shy of Ocqueoc Falls. Looking forward to that. And to kind of start off the paddling adventures for the year, Fred and I are planning on doing the Michigan Inland Waterway from Conway through Crooked Lake, Crooked River. There's a lock system there in the Crooked River. Empties into Burt Lake. Then there's another river that we go into from Burt Lake over to Mullet Lake. We end up in the Sheboygan River, and there's another lock that we'll need to go through there. And we're starting just shy of being in Lake Michigan at Conway, but we'll be ending right at the mouth of the Sheboygan River, which empties into Huron, Lake Huron. A trip to Drummond Island is always welcomed. We're going to be doing 2 activities there. One, some ATV riding on the island, potentially some Jeep riding on the trails. And then my son is going to have his wave runners there, and we plan on doing a little bit of riding on the water. I'm particularly interested in looking over some of the shallower shipwrecks. There's at least 3 that, if water clarity is good, that may be able to be seen. Fred and I are planning on doing Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore from Grand Marais to Munising, about 42 miles over 3 or 4 nights. And that'll be a backpacking walk with no support vehicles in between those days. We plan to start out at Munising and take the shuttle to Grand Marais, and then walk back to the vehicle at Munising. And then Jim and I are planning on doing a paddling trip, and this will be the first of this kind for us, and for me, and that is to be on some lakes rather than rivers. And we're planning on going to Craig Lake State Park, and paddling around on Craig Lake, Teddy Lake, Clare Lake, and the river that is feeding or exiting the lake. We're going to do a nice little loop into Crooked Lake there, and that'll be interesting. And then also on a separate activity, we are going to day pack around Craig Lake. That is about 5 to 6 miles. So looking forward to that. I've been considering doing so, as Jim has been mentioning to me, on doing a little bit more of remote paddling, perhaps backpacking, and Canada has come up, and my thought is there's some wildlife areas up in the UP. Senia is one of them. Craig Lake's another. There's a third that's in the western part of the Upper Peninsula, and why not try maybe some of that out? I think Craig Lake gives us the best look at a Canadian-like trip on a lake with the rock formations. So those are the trips for 2023 that are at least on the planning table right now and have a good chance in getting done. It gives you a summary of the things that are planned for 2023 on this channel. So I want to thank you for stopping by the channel and watching this video. And until next week, take care and thank you.